Well, now I'm really angry. So I start my morning video and I got this hat on, right? The reason why I wore this hat, I don't know. I just did. And then, so this morning I wake up. This stupid phone had all the time in the world, right? Put my coffee on. Got it right here. Good morning. Then my phone, like, Satan takes over and it turns all blue, and then all of a sudden there's this demon that looks like R2-D2 with little horns and a washing machine inside his stomach going round and round. Excuse me, but he said he was doing it 5:25, not 7:10. Demon takes over my phone. I don't know how many minutes it was till it finally gave it back, so I start my video. And right in the middle of this video, with me with my hat and everything else, well, no, I took my hat off at that point, I stopped dead like this. And I'm like, what the heck? And my video ends and a stupid little window comes up and it says, your Samsung Android is now updated. Ooh, now I forgot what I was talking about. 1460, 1470, 1460, 1470. Who's doing this? Subscribers. They're coming and going, coming and going. The same 10? Is it a new 10 and a different 10? Why won't they stay? Why will they go? Why can't I reach 1,500? I was planning a celebration. Celebrate, celebrate. 10. It's just no good anymore since you went away. Number 10 is the one. I'm sick. Did I tell you, was that in the previous video or this video? I took a COVID test. That's what I was talking about when the devil took my phone over. I took a home COVID test, but here's the problem. They get more negative. They get more, I don't know, but negatives aren't always right. It's kind of like a pregnancy test. It's very much like a pregnancy test. You get this little swab, you get this little bottle of liquid. You stuff the cotton swab up your nose and you go, wee! In a circle. Then you go up the other one with snot on it, in my case, because I'm sick, when you're right around, and then you stick it in the fluid. Bonnie did that part, God bless her, and do something to it, I don't know what. And then you take a couple, they put the little lid back on and you put a couple drops in the little stick. It's just like a pregnancy test, except two opposite areas. Anyway, so it came up negative. Now I'm sick as a dog. I'm losing my voice. Well, obviously I'm not losing it because I'm talking to you, but oh, it itches. And I want to cough, and I want my coffee to be hotter, and I want. 10. Who are these people? Are they trying to drive me insane? The world may never know. Hair. Beautiful flowing hair. Not mine. So, I think I was starting to talk about higher powers. And then it dawned on me. Now, my paternal grandmother was a dreamer of dreams, and she would have what she called the death dream, where she would dream that someone was truly dead, and then they died. Well, I've had that very same experience, except there have been a few times when I dreamt that dream, not really knowing if they were dead, and it appeared that they were, and I would simply warn that person, hey, I had a strange dream about you last night. Please be careful when you're doing this or that. And who knows? Are dreams messages from angels, from God, from our ancestors? I've been thinking a lot about higher powers. I want one. I want a higher power I can call my own. I want a higher power. I want to believe that something's with me out there when I'm all alone. One is the loneliest number. It's just no good anymore. Why do I have a dip in my hair? I have a tuft, or I have a dip, or I got something going on. Vanity. Looks like somebody took a bite out of my head. Whatever. It's almost like a crescent moon sat there. Tufted my hair. There's something seriously wrong with me. I'm convinced. I know some people want me to go into therapy, but now I don't have any Medicaid. How the hell am I going to pay for it? I had a really, really good therapist in Maine, and I miss him. I could talk to him. He was cool. He helped me a lot. Oh my God, you know how many times I've been in therapy, in and out. Problems, troubles. I'm sick of them. Of course I was going to be sad over my husband's death. For the love of Pete, he shot himself. And then you think all these thoughts about it, like, why didn't I? And what could I have done? I knew he wanted to die, and I'd ask him, I'd say, don't you think there's anything we could have done? But you know what? I'm tired of going there. Isn't that funny? I don't want to go there anymore. I feel like I've cried my last over this. But that's probably a silly thought. Something will trigger me again someday. Maybe sooner than later, maybe not. I don't know. I just feel like it's okay. It's okay. So dreamers, right? So Rachel said, Mom, I'm worried about you. I dreamt that you died. She says, and so I tell Bonnie after I'm off the phone with Rachel. Bonnie says, and Bonnie's the scientist, she is not superstitious. She said, Mom, I had a dream about you too last night. I said, right, yeah? What was it about? I don't know. Then later she said, I dreamt you died, and now you're freaking me out. I'm not superstitious. So I start telling her, hey, listen, just in case I need, you guys to do this, to do that, to take care of this, to take care of that. You're not dying, Mom. Who knows? Who knows? Am I afraid? No. Pain? I'm scared of that, let me tell you. Suffering? I'm scared of that. The actual event? No. I've seen it happen and it's over. Day is done. Morning, night, over. Dun, 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 dun. A little child song, something about the little stars floating through the sky. I don't know. So if I die, I need to tell somebody, make a video on my YouTube and let them know I'm gone. I think that's a reasonable idea. I don't think I'm going to die. I think something in me died. And I'm going through rebirth. And that could have been what the dream was really about. Mom's gone into her cocoon. And now she's going to come out a butterfly. I think that's what really is going on. Because I feel it happening inside of me. I've sprouted wings and I need to fly. I need to fly. So I like the concept of angels and ancestors, and that there is this God of sorts. But he doesn't seem to be intrinsically involved in my life. At least that's how I see it. The most important things I've ever needed, I feel like his back was turned, her back was turned. I know everybody has a different concept of it. My daughter Rachel believes in a goddess. Hey, she had some bad experiences in life, and I think the motherly is attractive to her. Bonnie doesn't know that she believes in anything, and that's okay. She wishes there was something, but she has to have scientific proof. Such a funny little bear. I hope I can get her on here before she leaves, but she's so busy, and then she just wants to relax, you know. Spends a lot of time on that laptop. She wakes up and opens that thing and works for a while, makes breakfast, goes back and works, makes lunch, goes back and works. Usually I make lunch. Yesterday I didn't. I just kind of sort of put something together, and I said, hey, if you want lunch, do your own thing. I'm going back to bed. Higher power, a power greater than myself. In AA, they used a light bulb, they used a group consciousness. Something greater than me. I love nature. I love the sky. You look up and it's either gray and with dark clouds or sparkling blue with white clouds, and the treetops touch it. And the birds fly by and you think, I am like a bird, I'll only fly away. I'd like to be a bird. I used to dream about flying. It was so weird. Here's the funny part of it. I'm flying in my dream and I'm afraid of heights. Did you ever see Meteor Man? That was really funny. I was like that in my dreams, like from little. I could only be just below the top of the tree line. I couldn't. One time I soared up above a building, and I remember my heart was pounding. Now I know flying in dreams means something, but boy, I haven't had a flying dream in a long time. But I was thinking about that when I talked about flying away. Funny what we dream. When I was little, I had a lot of monster dreams. It was horrible. We watched The Outer Limits way too much in that other show. What was it called? Twilight Zone. Why would they let a 5-year-old watch such things? Mercy. I wanted to watch Star Wars with Finn. Da 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 da. But Maggie and Mike won't let me. Violence. Okay. It's going to be fun when finally we do, and they better not do it without me. God, prayers, manifestation, all those things. And people said, manifestation isn't Christian. Yes, it is. Jesus said, if you had even the faith of a teeny tiny mustard seed, nothing would be impossible to you. You could say to that mountain, move, and it'll move. I don't think you can just say that in any case, but I think if you were in grave danger and God wanted you there, somehow that mountain would move. And maybe it's a figurative mountain. Maybe it's not a literal mountain. And now I have to blow my nose. I'll be right back. And what about all the Bible verses about asking and receiving? You don't have because you don't ask. I remember that one. And a bunch of other stuff too. Manifestation. Can we manifest? I'm going to tell you some stuff, and it's weird, okay? I talk to Dennis a lot. I say, Dennis, I don't want to talk to God. If there's a God, would you please talk to him on my behalf? And only recently have I asked for myself. I've been asking for my children. I said, Bonnie's had 3 interviews. There's over 200 applicants. There's only 8 positions. Back then we thought it was 150 applicants and 12 positions, so it doesn't matter, but I talked to Dennis anyway. I said, if you've got anyone up there of authority who might be able to influence the universe, would you help her? And now she has a dream job. Then I talked to him about the kids wanting their own house because their lease is coming up in May. Again, 3 years in that place, 4 people in 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, thank God, but it's small. It ain't easy. Finn has no yard. It's on the 2nd floor. And Finn is full of energy and he needs a yard. Yep. And so I talked to Dennis about it. And it looked bad. Denny and I went to the bank and all he could get was $30,000 because he only had 1 year with Uber, but he had like 7 years as a car photographer. Yeah, he photographed cars and downloaded them for the big dealerships in Tampa. He was first with an original company for like 5 years, and they fired that company. But they wanted to retain Dennis. My kids all have a very, very strong work ethic, and I think that's very attractive to their employers. They never cheat their employer. They never work less hard. They're hard workers. They want to do it, and they want to do it well. I like that about them. They're like their father. And what was I trying to say? There goes again, blank mind. If only one of you could pop up suddenly and a little bubble would say, you were talking about... Dang it. It just went dark for a minute. Isn't that weird? It's like the phones, technology. All right, where was I at? Prayer. Gods, higher powers, angels. So, I talked to Dennis about it. I said, look, the kids need a home. They don't know what to do. So Denny could only get 30,000 because he had changed from photographing vehicles to Uber because it was COVID and the cars stopped coming in. And the big dealership said to him, Will, do you want to sell cars? We'll give you a position doing that if you don't want to photograph anymore. When Denny said, I'm giving my 2 weeks notice, they didn't want to lose him. We'll give you any dealership in our, they had like lots of dealerships. They were big wigs. Mercedes, Acura, all of them. But Dennis said, no, I need to work a little less and think about, the rest of my life and what I want to do. So he started driving Uber, and he's doing very, very well, let me tell you. Better than what he was making that year that the cars were starting to become less and less. And they kept trying to make him do more and more. Like all of a sudden he had to take all the plastic off the cars, and then they wanted him to clean them, and and he's supposed to get these things out rapidly, and he said I'd take the plastic off and a dealer would come and drive it away before I could photograph it so that someone could test drive it, and I'd lose pay. Bless him. Never complained. Never said, hey, you tell your salespeople to back off. No. That's Denny. So I'm talking to Dennis about it, and sometimes I even talk to what I believe is God. I say, look, I don't mean to be a hypocrite, but my kids need something, and I'm not asking for myself. And my boys are believers, okay? Both of them. Anyway, so their friend comes over who has the house, and he could get a lot more for that house. I don't know for sure why he's doing it this way. He says he wants to help Dennis. He's just like that. An incredibly altruistic man, like a real altruistic human being. He helps people all the time. Takes strangers in. I don't believe he's a Christian at all. He's just a really kind-hearted, compassionate human being. And he says, I know they need a house. I want them to have the house. So he says to them, so we're, throwing things by him, and hey, can we do it this way and that way? And he says, no, I really want my $100,000 all at once. So I write it off. I'm like, okay, it's over. He wants his money. I get it. He could get a lot more. And we told him, you could get a lot more, Yeah, I know, he says. And so I give up, and then Michael speaks up, and he's all dun 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 dun. He's Darth Vader, right? And he said, look, blah bitty blah blah blah, but he's forceful. We'll do anything your way, but we want that house. And so the friend says, well, could you just rent it till you guys can get a loan? I didn't know that he could wait for the money. Here I was working out all these figures, but he had other plans. And now Maggie wants me to watch Finn so she can pack up, because they're moving into their own house. Well, it will still be the friend's house until they can buy it, but the understanding is that they're going to buy it. And he's the kind of man who will keep his word. So that's been taken care of. And then there's me. I need something. Something other than this. Something more. I still say, Dennis, what should I do? Because when he was alive, he'd just say, I don't know, Nikki, I'm sorry. Denny. He was afraid for me to live in my car. It's not the same as when we went out there, Nikki. It's dangerous. I know, Denny, I know. But that doesn't change my heart. If you're listening, Denny, help me. Speak to the authorities. I know he probably is snickering at that. Speak to the authorities. The powers that be. I can't remember if I talked about my daughters in there. Yes, I think I did. This has been a really long video. I think I'll go now. I want hotter coffee. My throat hurts. I know I've said that before, but my throat hurts. And I still have a chunk bit out of my head. Look. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I want to get better. I don't like to be sick. Tired of blowing my nose. My nostrils are getting red. Not really bad, though. Okay, I'm going. Good morning, and talk to you later. Bye.